Hello and welcome to episode 53 of Ninqueso Almost Live. I am El Gran Queso and I am joined by the WhatsApp call receiving Miss Bree.
Hi, bestie. Yeah, just as we were about to do this, I got a WhatsApp video call from the manhunk. I don't know what he wants. I think he's going to tell me about his car and the MOT.
Oh dear, that's never a good time of the year. Cars and MOTs.
No, it really isn't. Anyway, yeah, that's me. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Just don't
How are you feeling?
Very
a bit long
achy.
COVID-y still.
Yeah, very, very achy. Not looking forward to going back to work tomorrow, you know.
Rubbish.
It is. It really is. So I woke up today, it's like I couldn't actually close my hand more than about this because of the pain in it. It's just like, ow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but apart from that, I'm all good. And it doesn't stop me from playing computer games, so that's the important thing.
Of course not.
Like rest the pad in there.
You from getting on a console.
Exactly. So what have you been up to this week?
I've been to see a physiotherapist, actually.
Sounds like something I need to do, not you.
Yeah, we're both broken. But apart from that, I think I mentioned last week I've done a new island on Animal Crossing.
Yes, you did.
Actually progressed incredibly quickly because I know what I'm doing this time.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit frustrated because I was visiting other islands trying to get some fruit and what have you, and I got my own fruit on about 6 consecutive islands, and I was getting well fed up, but then all of a sudden I found some bamboo.
Oh, you got Bamboo Island. That's good. Yeah, you might. It's quite rare to find other fruit on the islands. Normally you'll just find your own fruit all the time. It's like, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's quite low.
Yeah, I was quite lucky actually because one of the gifts I was given initially was 3 oranges.
Yeah,
so
everyone gets that. Everyone gets that at the start of the game, 3 oranges. So
yeah, so I have planted an orange orchard, and as soon as it came up, I planted those and I planted those. So I've just got my first full crop.
Yeah.
So things are starting to motor along now. Resident services should be ready tomorrow, which means obviously certain things will also be kicked off, and I'm pretty excited now.
I'll tell you what's good.
If you get Harv's Island, and I'm really not sure if I'll ever go again.
If you ever go where again?
Harv's Island.
Harvard, yes, it's a good place to go, because you can unlock the stalls there, so you'll be able to like buy stuff from like Savannah, Leaf, Kicks, and Jolly and Red as well.
Are they all in the separate rooms?
They will get like their own caravans on it. You have to pay to get them, but then they move in. And once you get Leaf, like every week they reset their stock. But once you get Leaf, you can like buy vegetables, and you can make a lot more money off vegetables than you can off of fruit. So you can create a little farm and just like plant loads of vegetables as long as you water them. If you water them like 2 days in a row, they'll end up growing like 3 vegetables on each plant.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't take up much space. You can walk over it, and you know it's just a better way of making money.
Oh, good.
You know, I make about
anyway
300. Well, close to 300,000 each crop.
Ooh, that's quite a lot.
Yeah, I know.
What have you been playing this week?
I've been playing more Elden Ring. I'm getting into that now. I had to watch a couple of like beginner guys just to sort of understand the mechanics of the game, because I didn't realise I had to rest at campfires and stuff, so I hadn't actually unlocked the lady that actually progresses the story on. I was just like the first 5 hours of my gameplay, I was just running around going, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just running around. So you have to rest at campfires to spend the runes that you've made to level up your stats. So a bit like in is it Morrowind and Oblivion, where you have to sleep in a bed to level up?
Yes,
it's kind of like that. So I wasn't leveling up at all, and it was just like, I don't understand. But I found like a morning star now that I'm using, which I quite like.
Oh, good.
Had a mace for a while, now I've got a morning star. So
a mace and a morning star.
I like my blunty fuddy weapons.
Yeah.
Because they hit quite hard. So yeah, I've been playing some of that, taking some of the bosses down. And yeah, not too bad. I'm quite enjoying it at the moment.
Cool. Let's get on with it. Shall we do some quick news?
You mean the kind of news we don't really want to talk about, but we feel we should mention?
That's the kind.
That's the one. Right. LA, Hollywood will be getting its own Super Nintendo World.
I want to go to Japan.
I do want to go to Japan. But there's one in America as well now. Well, they're not yet, but there will be. But there will be. The Xbox Series X and S outsold the PlayStation 5 in February in the US, which basically...
I just want to say this is only because they finally became available.
Basically, this just means Microsoft managed to make more than Sony did. That's the only reason they outsold them.
People have not been able to get them for such a long period of time that when they actually made so this is not the
sell charts aren't really like, oh, this one's doing so much better. It is just literally this company has made more this month. Yeah. That's all it is. Gamescom will be an in-person and online event in August this year. That's in Germany, isn't it, Gamescom?
Yeah, it is. And it looks quite exciting, but I won't be going to Germany.
No. And reports are saying E3 will supposedly go ahead in 2022, but just as a digital event, despite cancellation claims. But we still haven't had any official word.
Reports have been wrong before. Anyway.
Yes, and also later today, 6 p.m, there is an Xbox Indie Showcase.
At 6 p.m. UK time.
Greenwich Mean Time, yes. And tomorrow there is a State of Play live stream at 9 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time on the 17th of March, where apparently the main focus is going to be Hogwarts Legacy, which is the game I'm very conflicted about because it looks really, really good, but I don't want to support J.K. Rowling.
Nobody does, really.
So I think with that, when it comes out, I'm just going to have to wait until I get a second-hand copy of it. Because that way she doesn't get any more of my money.
We are not giving her any money.
Sorry, it's very annoying.
Yeah. But for all those folks out there who are trying to live their best life, we support you.
Yes. And Nintendo has announced Japan's best-selling games over the past 5 years. I'm not going to go through them all because it is like the top 30, isn't it, in here?
All right. So what's at number one?
Can we go from number 10 down?
Yeah, let's do that. 10.
Number 10 is Monster Hunter Rise, which I've been meaning to play because it's like there's a free play, but I think it runs out today. Number 9 is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which is quite impressive because that only came out in November last year. Number 8 is Minecraft and number 7, Momotaro Dinatsu Shiowara Hisari. I can't even pronounce that. It's a Japanese game.
Momotaro Dentetsu Showa Hisai Raiwa Mo Taiban.
Don't know what that is. Number 6 is another surprising one. Ring Fit Adventure is number 6. Yeah. Splatoon 2 is at number 5. Pokemon Sword and Shield is at number 4. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is at number 3. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is at number 2. And number 1 is Animal Crossing.
Well,
with 7,183,333 copies sold in Japan alone.
Not a big surprise, that one.
I'm quite impressed with like Pokemon Diamond though. 2.5 million
That's quite a lot.
since November. Pokemon Legends Arceus, which came out in January, is at 14 with nearly 2 million copies sold.
That's a lot.
It is. So yeah, this is on Nintendo Life and it goes all the way up to like the top 35, which is eBaseball Powerful Pro Yu-Gi-Oh! 2020. Cool. That is the quick news.
Was the end of the quick news.
Yes. Right. Last week there was a State of Play. Did you see any of it? Did you watch my reaction video I did?
Skip through it, I have to say. Because it was underwhelming.
For me, yeah. I think it was underwhelming as well, to be perfectly honest. There was a couple of like interesting things sort of shown, but nothing major. Apart from like, let me just bring up the list of. This is the roundup of everything that was shown in that State of Play. Let me just find it. So
the general consensus online is this was a little bit weak. So we can quickly run over this, but expect any showstoppers, peeps.
Yeah, just like I was very like, what on earth is all this when they were showing it all in the in the thing. So it started off with, I'm not sure if this is in order. I don't think it is. Were these even announced there? Yeah. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin demo. Was that there? I can't remember. Yeah. Trek to Yuma, which is like a black and white samurai game. Forspoken, which actually looks quite good, but it is a PlayStation 5 only game, so I can't play that.
Well,
there was an update for Returnal, which adds a co-op mode and a survival mode. Again, PlayStation 5 game. I'm going to skip over the next game because that was the best one. Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, which is a fighting game with over 50 characters to choose from. I'm not into fighting games or that whole genre, really, of that. I don't know what Jojo's Bizarre Adventure is. I think it's a remake of a game that came out a while ago. And then we've got Diofield Chronicles, which is a tactical RPG. Not my thing. And then the most ridiculous one I ever saw in my life, it was Exoprimal, which was this dinosaur game, and they just had these like vortexes opening up with dinosaurs dropping out of the sky, and I was just sitting there going, if a dinosaur that size fell from a portal that high up, it would splatter everywhere. And they're just falling like 100 foot and just getting up and running at you. That looked absolutely dire, that did. But there, yes, and we've also got Valkyrie Elysium, which is next game in the Valkyrie series, which apparently is used to be a turn-based RPG and is now going into an action-based RPG.
I'd just like to say I was a Valkyrie in a former life.
Yeah, and that didn't look great. Gigabash didn't look great. Ghostwire Tokyo was shown again. That does look interesting. I will give it that. And then there was a Gundam Evolution game, which was like arena shooter. But there was one game that I will be getting the day it comes out. I won't be getting it on PlayStation. I'll probably get it on the Switch. But it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga Collection, which is basically contains like 30 games from the NES arcade and the 16-bit, 8-bit era, plus arcade games. And the full list is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time arcade game. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the NES. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game on the NES. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, the Manhattan Project, NES. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters, NES. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters, Super Nintendo. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters, Mega Drive. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, Super Nintendo. I'm going to leave out the turtle thing. The Hyperstone Heist, Sega Mega Drive. Fall of the Foot Clan, the Game Boy. Back from the Sewer, the Game Boy. And Radical Rescue, also on the Game Boy. And also some of these games are going to have online play, which just...
But it will set you back $39.99.
Yes, which isn't even a full price game, but over 30 games.
I was going to say that's about 30 quid in UK money.
Yeah, I think it'll probably be about £35 when it comes out over here. It's normally what happens when they're about $40. But it is getting a physical release as well. And for me, that was the only thing in the state of play that was even remotely interesting.
Yeah.
You know, but it was just like, oh, wow. And they didn't even say all the games when they showed it. Right, why isn't that opening? Right, but that was the state of play. Very underwhelming. I will be watching the one tomorrow, and I will be watching the Indie Showcase tonight as well. I'll probably try and do a video for them both, which I'll get up on this channel.
Keep us updated, bestie.
Yeah, but tonight's one is just like an Indie Showcase. So it's nothing majorly big, but
no.
Obviously, with Microsoft, the advantage is they could be going into Game Pass as well, which means I could play them without having to buy them.
That would be good.
Right. Nintendo is in trouble with people again.
Yeah, Nintendo, for such a huge company who, so worldwide, often people don't like them.
I know, right? And just because they've omitted Super Smash Brothers Ultimate from the
Streamer Awards.
They're called out from the Evo withdrawal because they're not being Evo. Evo is like a fighting game thing, isn't it? Like an event where people come together and play games.
Smash Brothers streamer that's called them out while delivering an acceptance speech on behalf of, which was Mango. Mango didn't show up, but I mean, I guess it's disappointing if you wanted to take part in this and you wanted to play Smash Brothers, but let's not forget, a few months ago, Sony has now owned quite a fair portion of Evo, so maybe that's why Nintendo are a bit like, do you know what, if that's Sony's now, we're just going to step away from it. Well, of course.
Because
why
exactly
would they take part? I don't. This is a bit of a no-brainer, really, as a business decision.
Exactly, and it's like say there's nothing to stop Nintendo doing a tournament or something. So I know they do tournaments. They do tournaments for Smash Brothers. I know the prizes aren't anywhere near what you get for these bigger things, but they still happen. So I'm not surprised they're not there, to be perfectly honest. I don't think it would have made any difference if they were there though for the whole brand. But obviously, I don't know what the reason is they've given, if they have even given a reason. Which they probably haven't. I can't see one or anything in the articles.
It's particularly good press for Nintendo, but I don't think they care.
No, they're on a roll at the moment with the Switch. I really don't think it was that bothered. I mean, Smash Brothers is already the second most sold game in Japan on the Switch. So it would have been nice to be there, I guess. But for me, I don't care because I don't like fighting games.
So
not at all.
Let's move on to Pokemon cards. This is an interesting little story.
This is baffles this beyond belief. This one, it's like what would people do?
Really, yeah, people do some strange things. So for those of you who don't know, Pokemon trading cards are a big deal.
Yes, and a US business owner spent $57,789 on them.
I'm gonna use the term business owner quite loosely because he appears to have basically just lied.
Should we just say embezzler?
Yes,
because it wasn't their money, was it?
This is So this is a guy who incidentally has now gone to jail for 3 years on this. So 3 years in prison. Obviously, it's in America. Obviously. Sorry, Americans, if you're watching, but sometimes us in Britain stand back and go, "What? What? Wait, what? They did what?"
It would happen over here as well, given the right circumstances.
I'm not sure on such big scale, but Anyway, so this is about a collectible Pokemon card. It's a first edition Charizard, and it's graded a 9.5 from a professional company. What this guy had done basically is he'd applied for COVID relief money. For his business, and he'd ended up getting $85,000 US from the coronavirus relief fund, and he spent how much of this is $57,789.
Why? It's
buying this card. Now, when obviously. It's like, why is he spending his COVID relief money on a card? As it turns out, when we look a little bit further into the story, it turns out that virtually the whole application was fraudulent. He appears to have really overinflated. I don't know even whether he had a business, to be honest. But what they're saying is the company's gross revenue was much overinflated and the number of employees was much overinflated. So I think this guy probably is a trading card guy who's ended up applying for COVID relief funds and said he's got a big company with a big turnover.
Yeah.
So he was arrested.
Yes.
And he's been prosecuted.
Rightly so. Rightly so.
Disappointingly for him, they've confiscated the card.
Oh, what's happening?
He's got to pay back the $85,000 and an additional $10,000 on top of that.
And he can't even sell the card that he spent all that money on.
But this is really strange times. Somebody said to me the other day, we're in the end of days. And some days it feels like that, to be honest. The world is a very, it's dystopian. I think that's the word I'm looking for. A very dystopian world we're living in at the moment. But there are always people who can find a way to be weirder than the current times. And this is the guy's one of them. I'm going to apply for a grant. I've got to get $85,000 and I'm going to spend nearly $70,000 of that.
A little bit of cardboard with a
Charizard trading card.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you know what? Even I love Pokemon. I do like Pokemon. Even if I won the lottery, like 100 million or whatever, I wouldn't spend that much on a Charizard card. Just buy a replica for like a minute amount of money.
I mean, is this obsessive collection some kind of,
I don't know. It's a weird thing. Why people would do this.
It is. I mean, the thing is, you can see the billionaires doing this because money means nothing to them.
Yeah.
But, this guy, the fact that he is actually a business owner, even if he was overinflated his importance in the business world, means the guy has to earn money and make a living. So
yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird thing. I mean, saying that, the Pokemon company site in the UK has just added some new plushies, and they've got a life-size Psyduck for like 200 odd quid. And I would buy that if I had the money.
Back away from the Psyduck, bestie. Back away from the Psyduck.
But it's like full size. It's like 3 foot tall. Little Psyducks. I think.
Oh gosh. Anyway.
Hey,
so,
Barlet would buy the Mareep, which is the sheep, which is 400 odd quid.
Okay. So dude might get out in 18 months with good behaviour, but still, I don't know.
Yes, that'd be a lesson to you. Don't fraudulently claim on stuff and buy Pokemon cards. It's not worth it.
Yeah. There's something deeply immoral about taking funds to support people in a global pandemic, isn't it? There's some crimes. I know this is dreadful to say. Some crimes I understand. This is one I don't really. This one has got a very deeply immoral element in my.
Yeah, I get it. It's not like you've done this to feed your family, to stop them from dying of starvation or something, is it? It's frivolously buying a piece of cardboard from the 90s.
And the fact that they've actually sent him to jail rather than a treatment centre means that he's not unwell. He's just greedy.
Just a greedy boy. He's a very naughty boy. Anyway, Microsoft, data miners, Keystone, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. Or maybe they're just like the beer.
What, Keystone? Is that a beer?
There is a beer, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that convinces me on this is it is actually next to some other code words in the list.
Yeah, so, and this was how like Project Scorpion and stuff came out. So what are your thoughts on it? I know what I think it probably is, and I have one outside idea of what it could be.
Well,
but people are thinking it's like a kind of a new console.
Development starts to be in the works almost immediately after the previous launch. That's why I think this is likely. But what I think it might be is it might be some sort of console specifically for Game Pass.
Yes, that is what the big rumours are. Most people are speculating that it's probably like almost like an Amazon Fire Stick, but just for like Game Pass, so you can just stream everything.
Just for that.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a plug and play type thing. So yeah, I can see this definitely because that's the way it's going. They want to push Game Pass. So I do believe this is a thing. And obviously, when you look on it, it's next to Durango and Scarlet. So Durango became Xbox One. Project Scarlet became the Xbox Series X. So yeah.
Yeah. The only other thing, because everyone's saying, oh, it's going to be a little streaming stick. The only other thing that I'm thinking outside the box here is what it could be is an Xbox Series S with a disc drive.
Ooh, that would be good. Because, you sold your Series S, didn't you?
I did sell my Series S because I managed to get hold of a Series X and I couldn't justify having two. It's because, I would have liked the Series S for the other room, but, it's a bit excessive.
Quick question off the back of that. How many consoles do you actually have?
Oh, we've done this before. Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, GameCube, a Wii U, a Switch Lite, an Xbox 360, an Xbox One, but I'm selling that. That'll be gone in 2 days, so that we count that. An Xbox Series X, PlayStation 3, but that doesn't work. It's broken. A PlayStation 4. Do we count handhelds? Okay, Game Boy Advance SP, we're up to 10 now. A DS,
okay,
a 3DS, a Oculus Quest 2, PlayStation VR. That's it. That's all.
14.
Can't count my Raspberry Pis. One in an arcade machine, one in a little handheld. You can't count those.
16. Okay. So I rest my case, Your Honour.
What?
Anyway,
what?
So yeah,
this is why I do a podcast. I like computer games.
And it is a dedicated console.
Yeah, I think more likely it's going to be like a streaming stick kind of thing. That seems to make, which I won't want because You know, I can already stream I can already do cloud gaming on my phone, but it's not great. It really isn't with the internet that I've got. And, you know, I've not got amazing internet, but I've got like 100 download. So it should be fast enough, but it's still... And I was trying to play like Stardew Valley on my phone the other day, and it's just trying to get through the menus. You just sort of hop a couple at a time, and it's just like, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. Like I said, I think I've mentioned this before on the podcast, but for me, the only thing I really think streaming games is good for is when you're looking through Game Pass and you're like, okay, I'm interested in that game, but it's like 60 gigs. Let me just play it on streaming for like 5 minutes just to see if it's worth me downloading. That's the only time I've actually found a good use for streaming games, to have a quick go on something and be like, yeah, do you know what? No, I'm not going to waste my time downloading that, because these games take, you know, half an hour upwards to download these days.
Yeah, that's it.
So I like that, but to actually have something just for streaming, I don't think we're quite ready for that yet, to be fair.
Well, it's probably at least 3-4 years away.
The you know, they'll need to like make it work better if that is the only option for it. But that makes sense, because obviously they want people in Game Pass. Yeah. So to get them in as cheap as possible, if you can get it under 100, like
we'll see, won't we? We will see. I'm sure there'll be more leaks to come.
That's it. If you can get the stick, a few months Game Pass for free, and a controller for like £60-70, I think that will open the market up to parents buying it for their kids or buying it for another room. I think what might work well, which again I might consider it then, is if it allowed streaming from my Xbox. So games I've got installed on my Xbox in the main room, I could stream to a TV in the bedroom, and obviously the latency would be better then, because it's just going through my router rather than the internet. That I could see might be something worthwhile, especially if it was cheap enough, because I know like an Amazon Fire Stick is only sort of £40. So if they did an option without a controller, because I wouldn't obviously need another controller, and you could pick it up for 20-30 quid, then maybe. But for streaming just itself over the internet, I don't think it would be for me. Okay. Obviously we'll wait and see.
Yeah,
I'm still
moving on.
What are we moving on to? Because I've got a cat over there.
The fake portable GameCube is now a reality. So if you can put the photos up.
I will. It does look really cool, actually.
This started off Ginger of Oz on Twitter, who said, you know, that fake GameCube portable that's floated around the internet 15 years, I got tired of being fake, and it's real now. So he's built one. Yes. So the inside of it, it'll play the entire GameCube library. Because obviously it's backwardly.
Yeah, and the good thing about the GameCube is it has the tiny disc, so it won't make the thingy too big. It kind of is modelled like a Game Boy Advance SP in like the clamshell design. It does look really, really nice.
Yeah, it does look great, and really it's entertaining. Cool. Yeah, so he decided to,
I wish I had that kind of talent. I really do.
I mean, more power to your elbow, love. More power to your elbow. I'm enjoying his screen name, actually, Ginger of Oz. I love that.
Yeah. So there's a few pictures that have appeared. Let us know what you think in the comments. Would you like these sort of things to be like commercially available?
Very little compromise here. So it looks pretty good. Give us your opinion on that one. I'm pretty impressed, frankly.
And finally.
All right.
Finally.
Yeah. Pokemon bread.
Yes.
Is a thing.
It's a big thing. It's not just a thing. It's a big thing in South Korea.
Have you got the photo? Because my first thought was, how does it taste? Having investigated, not very good. But it is massive. It's really huge. So it's got, obviously, it's a little bit like a McDonald's. Other meals are available, obviously. Where the meal itself is pretty gross. But it's what's in it that's the deal. So they've got these a random Pokemon sticker inside the bread.
So people are buying this, throwing the bread to the ducks, and then we shouldn't actually feed ducks bread.
That's all it's fit for. Although I should just say, bread isn't actually good for ducks.
No, I did say that. Don't feed ducks bread, grains, whole grains, things like that.
Yeah, proper duck food. Yes. Don't feed bread.
We
It's
don't
very
want
bad.
any more fat ducks.
So, what this is priced at is around $122, and the stickers are being sold for at least 10 times that. So,
Yeah.
So within the first week of the bread being on sale, only over 1.5 million units had been sold, and it's a collectible frenzy.
bread.
Collectible bread.
I wonder how much of that bread was actually eaten.
Somebody does. I did see it. I did see one on the message pages. This guy saying, "Yeah, it tastes like a stale dinner roll." I was like, "That's a bit."
Nice. Just means you have to toast it then.
Yeah, put it in the toaster and whack some peanut butter on it.
Yeah, bread's none too fresh. Do you mind it toasted?
Gross. I do. I'm enjoying the packaging.
Oh, you can make
though.
bread pudding out of it. That'd be good.
Yeah, that would be really good. I think you need quite a few of them though, because there's not that much bread inside the packet. But the packaging is great.
It
really
looks really good. I just wish we got things like that in this country.
Well, I've got to be honest. I'd probably buy it if it was here. Knowing what I'm like.
I know. I remember when I was little, they released like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle like milk loaf bread, and that's all I would eat for a while. Like, no, I need turtle bread.
when I'm in a carb frenzy as well.
Which is quite bad because the turtles didn't come out in this country till I was about 16.
No.
I know, right? And that.
Which would you be?
Well, which turtle would I be? Raphael, because he's Raphael is cool but crude. I don't want to be a party dude.
Yeah. No. Okay. Fair enough.
I would say I'm cool and crude.
Yes, you are.
Right, and that is the news for today.
It is.
It is. Should we go on to some questions?
Long lists of things and some random stuff. So
yeah,
weird.
I know. The news has been a bit slow at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a couple. This should have been in the quick news. Nintendo has delayed release of Advance Wars indefinitely due to what is going on in Ukraine at the moment. Because it's a game about war
the
kind of thing.
Ukrainians there across the world. We
So
love you.
that's actually just been delayed indefinitely now. They haven't said when it's going to be coming out because it was meant to be out early April, I believe it was. But it's been delayed now. Because apparently the story kind of mimics what's going on.
Yeah.
And
And for all those in trouble all over the
Yeah.
world.
I did forget to add that. And Sony's stopped selling things in Russia now as well.
Yeah. Although, let's just remember that Russian people are not responsible for their
Yes, this is true.
Let's be kind, everybody.
This is true. But I think it's like putting pressure on Russia that way, then hopefully their people will start putting pressure on the government.
What I'm talking
kind of
about
thing.
is I believe in New York, people have attacked the Russian house.
Yeah, that's just wrong. People are people. Governments are governments. They're two totally separate things. No one in government is a person. I mean, they are. They are, but... Sorry?
Putin definitely isn't a person.
But yeah, let's not hate people. People are people. Everyone is different. Everyone has different ideas, different philosophies, different things. Just be nice to people.
Let's be kind. Let's
Just be
kind
nice
to
to people.
people.
Anyway, should we go on to the questions? Because I have a couple of questions. And remember, if you do want to ask us questions, you can put a comment down on the YouTube videos if you're watching it on YouTube, or you can get us on Twitter and just either tag us in a post, Ninqueso or Gamergirl, or use the hashtag Ninqueso Live, which always looks like Ninqueso Olive.
It does.
Do you think cheesy olives? Do you think cheesy olives would be nice? Like an olive in some melted cheese.
So, because of something that I tweeted at the weekend, I've had an important question.
Oh, okay. Let's go for this.
The question is, so what's your favourite pizza topping?
Do you mean like one item that's on a pizza, or like the combination of what I have on a pizza?
Yes, what do you have on your pizza?
I do like a chicken, bacon and sweet corn pizza. But I do like a pepperoni pizza as well. Yeah.
Well, here's the issue. I've been having pineapple. Say nothing.
Pineapple's...
I've been having pineapple on my pizza for...
Well, you normally have pineapple, onions and extra cheese.
30 years now.
Pineapple, onions, extra cheese. That's Miss Bree's pizza toppings.
Last weekend, I had no pineapple on my pizza.
Why?
I know. I think I might be ill because I had chicken tikka and sweet corn.
Okay. That's chicken and sweet corn pizzas are good. Chicken tikka's quite nice.
This weekend, it happened again. I did not have any pineapple. Every single pizza I've had for 30 years has had pineapple on
Apart
it.
from these
Otherwise,
two.
I just didn't eat it because I'm a same foods type of girl. And again, I've had a pizza.
I wouldn't think it's anything to worry about. I think it's more just you evolving.
Devolving, you mean?
No, evolving. You've moved on from the pineapple on pizza.
So yeah, at the moment, it's chicken tikka is my favourite topping, but I'm very disturbed about it. I don't know what's
I can
happening.
imagine it's quite nice though, chicken tikka on a pizza.
If anybody's got any theories as to what
Is this
exactly
from the pizza place near you? Or is it just from like a generic name brand one that we're not going to mention because we're not being sponsored?
It's the one near me.
That's fine. They're quite good pizzas.
They are really good pizzas.
They don't deliver all the way down here though.
So, what question do you have?
I have two questions. We have one from Gemma the Gay, which is, what is the best game you've ever played? Skyrim. Right, yeah. Okay.
Slightly behind that with Morrowind.
Yeah, I think if I'd played Morrowind before Skyrim, I think I would have liked it more. But the problem with Oblivion and Morrowind is I played Skyrim before any of them.
Oh, no, that's fine. I played Morrowind, and then I went to Oblivion, and then I went to Skyrim.
Elden Ring's getting there, though. Elden Ring is pretty good.
Okay, next question.
Next question is, this is from Charlotte, who has asked, do you like to be in charge in the kitchen? I know why she's asked this, because like I'm like, oh, I'll do that when we're cooking, and she's like, oh, you're very bossy in the kitchen.
Yes, I do, because again, I have my same food thing, and if somebody cooks me something that's not on my list, I'm very anxious about it. So yes.
Yeah, I mean, I am, because I'm quite good at following recipes and things, and I do make quite good food when I follow recipes and that. So I know that I can do it, so I'm just like, oh no, I'll do it. I'll do that. But it's not me being bossy, it's just me living by myself for umpteen years.
Very, very long time.
Yes, a very long time. Then no one else to blame but myself.
You are a good cook when you get into it. Do you remember that year you did me a croque en bouche?
I do remember the croque en bouche. I need to make another croque en bouche. I love the croque en bouche was good.
When we move in together next time, that'll be your job. Pastry,
croque en bouche, and potato mochi now as well. That is now on my repertoire.
No. And the final question I got is, what's for dinner?
What's for dinner? I don't know. I need to make something for the week at work. So it'll probably be some sort of curry, I'd imagine. I haven't had a curry for a few weeks. I had stew last time.
Yummy.
I had like beef stew last time for work.
But I don't. So where can they find you best?
I'm sorry, but before that, I find carrots don't heat up very well in the microwave. They go a bit funny. I'm not a fan of that. Where can they find me? You can find me streaming on Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, Sundays over on Twitch. twitch.tv/Ninqueso. You can also find a couple of my YouTube channels, and you can find me on Facebook and Twitter. Just search Ninqueso, you'll find me. There's not many Ninquesos about.
I'm on Twitter. This is my handle just down here, which you've kindly put in.
Yes.
Gaming_Miss Brie.
I've actually got
GMR_PRL_MILL.
I actually put it on the proper recording, not having to add it in post recording, because that's how prepared I am.
Only 53 episodes until you've cracked it.
Well, you know, we need 53 episodes. We need to change the layout a little bit. That's what I've done.
Fair enough. Have you prepared anything?
No, not prepared a thing.
Seriously. Do you want to do it or not?
Go on.
All right then. I'm counting you in. 3, 2, 1.
Will Ninqueso get the Cowabunga collection when it comes out, or will he not? That was rubbish.
It was.
If you have a suggestion for the outro, you can leave that in the comments too. The best ones will do. But until next time, the questions to these answers will be answered next time. Same cheesy time. I failed miserably, haven't I?
Rubbish. Say good night, bestie.
Good night, bestie.